Hello, I'm Miranda, and welcome back to my reaction channel. I am an actress and filmmaker, and I'm currently watching the original Star Trek series, and I'm going through it in air date order, not production order, so sorry if it's not everyone's jam, but it's just the way I've decided to do it. And also, I wanted to let you know, if you have been following it, that I now have a Facebook page for Miranda Likes to Watch. That's linked in the About page for YouTube, so you can check that out if you want. Try to add some updated information on kind of what all I'm doing or working on over there. And yeah, we're going to be jumping into episode 4, again, air date order, of Star Trek TOS, called The Naked Time. So let's check it out.
Captain's log. Our position, orbiting Psi 2000. Our mission, pick up a scientific party below.
Observe the disintegration of a whole planet? Oh no, it's all covered in asbestos. Whatever happened here happened suddenly. Oh, very 70s material.
Check out the life support systems.
Right, sir.
It's a very Art Deco patterning they have on that. Probably pretty hot. Oh, those bodies. What happened? Well, that's a fun prop.
Someone strangled this woman.
That is a mannequin.
Engineer at his post.
He's frozen there like he didn't care.
A little bit of psychosis taking place here. Is he being affected? I just don't feel like that's a very airtight suit. Okay. Contamination immediately. Violation. You're clearly not in the science department. Ooh, that's a cool effect. So it's a turned frame. Let's just throw that back on and assume everything's fine. If I didn't see it, it can't hurt you, right?
Certain we expose ourselves to nothing. Spock here, do you read Enterprise? All station personnel are dead.
What caused it?
Unknown, Captain. It's like nothing we've dealt with before.
Ah! We got a mystery.
Space. The final frontier. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
I bet this must have gotten so many kids excited to come home and see this. I know there are already some stories, like friends of mine have told me about when they'd come see Star Trek as a kid, and they'd come home from school to see it and make sure they didn't miss an episode. All before streaming. The Naked Time.
Captain's log, stardate 1704.2. The science party we were to have picked up has been found dead. Conditions highly unusual. Meanwhile, we remain in orbit to complete our mission.
But why is the planet breaking out?
You received my signal, Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir. Decontaminate.
Yes. I was wondering if there was going to be any sort of protocol for that.
Captain here.
Spock and Tormolin aboard, sir. We're holding him in the chamber for decontamination.
Tell Mr. Spock I'll meet him there in 10 minutes. Kirk out.
He answers Captain, but he signs off as Kirk.
You're fine, Joe. Up and out of there.
Mr. Spock?
Wow, Leonard Nimoy's tall.
Your pulse is 242, assuming you call that green stuff in your veins blood. And as for my anatomy being different from yours, I am delighted.
Wonder how often the Vulcan physiology will come into play in this show.
It was terrible. They were just sitting, like they didn't care. I keep wondering.
You keep wondering if man was meant to be out here. Any guesses, Mr. Spock? Any idea what happened down there?
Circumstances were quite bizarre. However, our record tapes may show us something.
6 people dead.
You better get some rest. Set up those tapes, Mr. Spock. We'll see if the answers are there.
The lab status report, Doctor.
Oh, thank you, Rusty.
New nurse. Uh-oh. Sound effects are telling us that something bad's happening.
Next tape, please.
Spectrum
Aw,
analysis
Yeoman
tapes,
Rand.
Thank you.
An engineer sitting there apparently oblivious to everything, a woman strangled, a crewman with a phaser pistol in his hand, and a fully clothed man frozen to death in a shower. If the image wasn't so ugly, it'd be laughable. Not even a theory, gentlemen?
Could be some form of space madness we've never heard of.
Space madness.
Our spectral readings showed no contamination, no unusual elements present.
Or at least none your tricorders could register.
Instruments register only those things they're designed to register.
Yeah, that's true.
Space still contains infinite unknowns.
Question. Could what happened down there to those people create any unusual danger to this vessel and crew?
Potentially. You don't have any variables to account for yet.
When a planet begins to go, there may be drastic changes in gravity, mass, magnetic field.
In a critical orbit, there's no time for surprise.
You'll be warping out of orbit within a half second of getting your command.
Bridge to Captain.
On our way, Lieutenant.
So is the planet gonna shake itself apart here? Massive eruptions. I mean, theoretically, it would end in a collapse, I guess. I mean, it's not a star. Doesn't want to report. He's seeing stuff.
Foil. It's a rapier. A thin sword.
All right. Last week it was botany he was trying to get me interested in. I was supposed to be collecting leaves, plant specimens.
Fencing tones the muscle, sharpens the eye, improves the posture. You tell him, Joey. Explain to him.
Oh, okay, I guess Joey would know about fencing. Oh.
You feeling all right?
Get off me. You don't rank me and you don't have pointed ears, so just get off my neck.
You sure you're, all right now, Joe? We've got to leave.
What are we doing out here anyway?
Take it easy, Joe.
So at what point does this get reported?
Bring pain and trouble with us. Leave men and women stuck out on freezing planets until they die. We've got no business being out here, no business.
Uh-oh. He got infected with activism.
Hey, Joey, put the knife down, huh?
You're all steamed up, Joe.
We don't belong here. We don't belong.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing, Joe?
Hey, Joey, put the knife down. Don't be a fool, Joey. You're just getting sweat about it.
He already stabbed himself. A very, sensor-appropriate amount of blood.
Emergency! Rec room area 39. We need medics.
Uh-oh. Contamination by touch? Little rattlesnake sound. It's the sound of space madness.
But unknown to us, a totally new and unusual disease has been brought aboard.
Uh-oh.
Was he trying to kill himself?
It's doubtfully meant to. He was confused, self-tortured. What puzzles me is what brought it to the surface with so much force.
So does it enhance what is already in somebody? Or enhance their weakest personality traits? Which would bring about murder by strangulation or complete apathy, maybe something like that.
His breathing rate is dropping, Doctor.
Compensate with the respirator.
It's nice that those don't need to be hooked up to a tank. Is he losing his will to live?
You sure the respirator's functioning properly?
Yes, Doctor.
Why is this man dying?
And then just heart just stopped beating?
He's dead, Doctor.
The wounds were not that severe.
This is McCoy. Captain Kirk to sick bay.
Well, who are on monitor communications? Tell McCoy I'll be there when I can.
Yes, sir.
Just keep me informed of any change, Mr. Spock.
Acknowledged.
I'm sweating like a bridegroom.
Yeah, me too.
A bridegroom?
Hey, why don't you come down to the gym with me, Kevin, my lad?
Now?
Why not? Hey, Sulu, don't be a fool. Come.
Okay, he's just abandoning his post. Oh no.
I got to him in plenty of time. That man should still be alive.
Oh, now he's
The
sweating.
only reason he died, Jim, is he didn't want to live.
That's a supposition, Doctor, not a fact.
Well, that may be. You mean that Joe is down on the planet's surface and you're going to ask me if it's connected?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Well, we're doing everything as possible.
Bones, I want the impossible checked out, too.
I want the impossible. There you go. That's what we need to be exploring.
Why isn't Mr. Sulu at this station? You haven't answered my question. Where is Mr. Sulu?
Have no fear, O'Reilly's here.
You're
Thousands
relieved, Mr. Riley. Lieutenant Uhura, take over this station.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's what I like. Let the women work, too. Universal suffrage.
Report to sick bay, Mr. Riley. Security. Mr. Riley is headed for sick bay. See to it he arrives.
Yeah, because this is all manifesting differently. For Joey, it was guilt. This is like swagger. I don't know with Sulu. He really wanted to go work out. He's probably fencing because they mentioned the rapier earlier. That would be my guess. He's acting very drunk. Oh no.
Where's Joe? He died, didn't he?
Yes.
You have such lovely eyes.
Oh no, this whole ship's gonna be contaminated within a day. Like all of the crew. What will be her?
Richelieu, beware!
Yeah. Oh no.
Stand! No father.
This crew is so unamused.
You either leave this war bloodied or with my blood.
Uh-oh.
What were their symptoms?
Not violent at this stage, as if he were
Irrational. Or drugged.
Precisely.
So they've lost all inhibition, like self-restraint.
Both Sulu and Riley, locate and confine. I want every crewman who comes in contact with them medically checked.
Sir, level 2 corridor 3 reports a disturbance. Mr. Sulu chasing crewman with a sword.
Put security on it.
Fascinating. A pattern is developing.
Present condition of Psi 2000. Helmsman, stabilized position.
Helm is not answering to control.
Warp us out of here.
No response from engine, sir.
Engine room, we need power.
Mr. Scott, acknowledge. Our controls are dead.
Uh-oh. Kirk's gonna have to clean up.
Richelieu,
Sulu, put that thing away.
Queen, and France.
Oh no. Crazy man.
Sulu, give me that. Sulu!
I'll protect you, fair maiden.
Sorry, neither.
Sorry, neither. I did the Vulcan thingy. There's a Vulcan.
I'd like you to teach me that sometime.
Take D'Artagnan here to sick bay.
Look at that little bit of sense of humor from Spock.
Engine room, acknowledge. You rang, sir?
Who's this?
This is Captain Kevin Thomas Riley of the Starship Enterprise.
This is Captain Kirk. Get out of the engine room, Navigator. Where's Mr. Scott?
I've relieved Mr. Scott of his duties.
Oh, no.
Captain, at our present rate of descent, we have less than 20 minutes before we enter planet atmosphere.
All right, there's your ticking clock.
Captain's log, stardate 1704.4. Ship out of control. We have 19 minutes of life left, without engine power or helm control.
So the question is, does this madness wear off eventually? Or does it have to be a cure?
How did Riley get in there?
He ran in, said you wanted us on the bridge. Then he shut the door behind us and locked off the mechanism.
Can't you get to the auxiliary?
The only way to get that door open is to cut through these wall circuits here.
Ooh, the engine room looks cool.
The roses all have left your cheeks.
Seal off, Captain, if we can minimize the spread of whatever this is.
Continue the alert, Lieutenant.
I can't, sir. He's cut off the alert channels.
There's a lot of control from here.
Cut them off.
I can't, sir. There's no way to do it.
Why wasn't O'Hara contaminated?
No way, Captain. He controls the main power panels. He can override any channel from down there.
And there they go, getting tossed. Ah!
Sick bay to bridge.
Can you tie me into the sick bay?
Look, can you keep this beast level? I've got Sulu tranquilized. We're running tests on him.
This is Captain Riley. Crew, I have some additional orders. All female crew members will wear their hair loosely about their shoulders. And now, crew, I will render Kathleen.
Wow.
One more time.
Please, not again.
I'll take you home again, Kathleen.
Oh, goodness. Ooh, what kind of part of the ship are you in?
I've watched them fade away and die.
How does he know to, I mean, he's a very capable crew member who got contaminated to know how to reroute everything.
Engineering to bridge. Try your helm. You'll have enough power to keep her stabilized.
Oh, that's an interesting little tool he's got. Oh, I love all the props. I think that's a torch on the other side, and then he's holding the prop to make it look like it's...
What's going on?
Mr. Spock, I'm trying
Sciencing.
to get to the bridge and this crewman won't let me by.
Crewman, stand aside. Oh, yes, sir.
I'll take you home again, Shandy.
She just needs to clock him, apparently.
Tell him I'm doing my best. If I cut through the wrong circuits...
We have 14 minutes left.
Even if we were under full-scale attack, I couldn't move any faster.
At the rate you're proceeding, calculations show that you'll take a minute and a half, more than we have left.
Biopsy lab. Biopsy, where's my report?
Uh-oh. All those channels are switched, so he doesn't...
I'm going to the lab.
Sir,
Yes?
the tranquilizer's wearing on.
We're gonna see her latent personality traits. She kind of has an Uma Thurman look to her, doesn't she?
I would have gotten here sooner, sir, but crewman Moody stopped me in the hall. Sir?
Take the helm.
Yes, sir.
At least try cutting him off.
Sir, if I could cut him off, don't you think I... Yes, sir, I'll keep trying.
I guess some are exercising more restraint than others.
Sorry. Scotty.
Engine room.
We've got 12 minutes left. It'll take at least 2 or 3 of them to get the engines up to power now.
Shouldn't you be at the helm when he gets through?
Nurse? Where is Dr. McCoy?
He's gone to the lab.
Lab respond, please. Spock here. Lab.
Mr. Spock.
Nurse.
Mr. Spock.
Is Spock gonna actually get affected?
I'm in love with you, Mr. Spock.
Oh, all the girlies love Spock.
You. The human Mr. Spock. I know how you feel. You hide it. But you do have feeling.
He got affected really fast.
The others believe that. I don't. No, I love you. I don't know why, but I love you. I do love you.
Gonna be really brutal for all these crew when they wake up out of this.
I am sorry.
Christine.
Bridge to sickbay. Is Mr. Spock there?
It's like everyone's living this drama. Uh-oh.
Mr. Spock, would you please acknowledge?
Oh no, for this Spock, what's left? Kirk's getting crazy. How are they gonna pull out of this? Scotty seems okay. He can get the engines running. He can get them out of there. I think they just need to sleep this off. Oh, he's got a phaser. He's gonna go knock Riley out.
Almost ready, sir.
That's fun.
Ready, sir.
Follow me through.
Get him out of here.
Oh. I was expecting a little more brutality. Aww. You can keep it together, Spock. I trust you can.
I am in control of my emotions. Control of my emotions. I am an officer. My duty is...
Yep, you got a duty. Hold it together. You can do it. Oh no, he's gonna just cry.
My duty is to...
Kirk here.
Entering planet's outer atmosphere, sir.
Captain, what is it? He's turned the engines off. Completely cold. It'll take 30 minutes to regenerate them. I can't change the laws of physics. I've got to have 30 minutes.
You can't mix matter and antimatter cold.
We can balance our engines into a controlled implosion.
That's only a theory.
Well,
It's
it's
never
about to
been
be
done.
tested. This is an exploratory vessel. What is wrong with Zulu?
I was on the bridge.
He did come out of it.
Hey, Doc, what am I doing here?
It's water. Somehow on this planet, water's changed to a complex chain of molecules. Once in the bloodstream, it acts like alcohol. Depresses the centers of judgment, self-control.
Doc, will you let me out of here? I'm all right.
Release!
Release him. Except if he touches someone again, does it reinfect?
This will be an emergency restart of engines.
My mother.
We've got to risk a full power start. The engines were shut off. No time to regenerate. Do you hear me?
My Earth. When I feel friendship for
Just
you,
waiting for that.
I'm ashamed.
You've got to hear me. We need a formula. We've got to risk implosion.
You understand, Jim? I spent a whole lifetime learning to hide my feelings.
Oh! Vulcans are stronger, I know that. It's like, I'm not going to write you up for insubordination on that.
It's never been done.
Don't tell me that again, science officer. It's a theory. It's possible.
Bridge to captain. Engineer asked, did you find...
Yes, I found Mr. Spock. I'm talking to Mr. Spock, you understand? I've got it. The disease. Love. You're better off without it, and I'm better off without mine. This vessel.
Jim.
I have a beautiful yeoman.
So this is, oh.
Have you noticed her, Mr. Spock? You're allowed to notice her.
So this is where all the actors really got to explore their characters, I think.
There is an intermix formula. It's a theoretical relationship between time and antimatter.
To hold. A beach to walk on. Captain. Scotty.
Stand by to intermix. I'll call the formula in from the bridge.
Entering upper stratosphere, Captain.
Tell them. Clear the corridors. The turbo lift. Hurry.
We're watching the strength of their character persevere through the challenge.
Never lose you. Never.
Well, that's a little interesting insight into them. Now go save the ship. I want to see the next episode.
Bridge.
But it seems like Spock got over his own madness pretty quick. Was it green blood? They have green blood? I ain't getting the important folks. They must have loved tearing open those velour shirts. That must have been when they were still exploring.
No beach to walk on.
Aww.
Sir?
Well, that's really sad. But that's from when they were gonna maybe have him have a relationship with Yeoman Rand. But I guess that didn't work out.
Engage.
All right, 1 in 10,000 chance. Let's do it. Not just the frequency, I guess. They made it. I was confident the whole time.
We found a cure. We're over that part of it.
Obviously, we were successful.
Captain, my velocity gauge is off the scale.
We're now traveling faster than is possible for normal space.
My chronometer's running
Backwards.
backwards.
You've exceeded the speed of light. Which I guess you would at light speed, right?
Time warp.
If you're going faster than light speed. I don't know how the warp factors work.
We're going backward in time.
I'm gonna watch that planet come back together.
Helm, begin reversing power.
Helm answering, sir. Power reversing.
We're back to normal time, Captain.
Mr. Spock,
Yes, sir.
the time warp. What did it do to us?
We've regressed in time 71 hours.
71.
It is now 3 days ago, Captain. We have 3 days to live over again.
Maybe don't warp down to the planet. Again.
Since the formula worked, we can go back in time. To any planet, any era.
We may risk it someday, Mr. Spock. Resume course to our next destination, Mr. Sulu.
Course laid in, sir.
Oh. So this is
Steady as she
a
goes.
new prospect that Starfleet previously didn't have. That's a really powerful thing to just drop at the end of the episode. P.S. We can time travel now. Wonderful. All right, so that was The Naked Time, which I guess is a take on like The Naked Truth, but then they tacked on time travel, so it's time. If you guys know why else it would have that title, let me know, because I could not come up with a better reason. But it was a very interesting episode. You know, in more modern writing, I guess, when you watch something like Buffy, you see these types of episodes as ones the actors all really like because they get to really delve into their character and, you know, stretch out what their character is. So Spock and his conflict with his human side, which I guess is mentioned for the first time here because I'm pretty sure in the last episode where No Man Has Gone Before, he in no way acknowledged having a human mother. He just said perhaps some long lost ancestor or something was human because he was frustrated in the chess game with Kirk. So, you know, you're seeing a little bit maybe of retconning happening, which is fine. But those characters getting explored and Sulu getting to, you know, obviously act in a very non-Starfleet way, and Riley being like, oh, I have Irish royalty or whatever. Uhura kept herself together perfectly well. That girl was probably the most restrained of anyone. And then Kirk and his emotional state about his relationship with the ship and his responsibilities as commander, but then like his fondness for Yeoman Rand, which, as I've learned, like just getting this far into the show, seems like it didn't really work out very well for that actress. It makes me kind of sad because you could see where that was really opening up. So as far as like the type of episode, it was probably a lot of fun for the actors, and it's actually really fun to watch too from the audience standpoint because you get to see those characters get almost stress test in a way. You get to see like a little bit better idea of who they are. Now, as far as the premise, it was a little confusing because Bones is saying that the disease, affliction, is transmitted via the water on the planet, but it was like, what was it, blood that had dripped onto the first guy, Joey, and that's what had affected him. So, you know, I guess there's a little bit of water and blood. Maybe that's how that works. It seems like if it acts like alcohol, it might be representative by some of the tests. So, you know, Starfleet needs to work on their panels or something with what they all measure. But regardless, like the idea again was just to stress test that, and it really did seem like time travel was tacked on at the end. And I don't know if it was because they got really excited about the idea of jump starting the ship in that way, and it obviously like supercharging the ship and making it go so fast it was going backwards in time. But that is like a really, really major plot point to throw in at the end, or like a major breakthrough to throw in at the end. And then Kirk's all winking at the camera like, maybe we will someday, Mr. Spock. So yeah, it was an odd episode. It was fun, but you know, you're really not sure what is happening because you want to look at the puzzle pieces and say, okay, well, what are they finding in here? But it's just like an affliction that just made them lose their inhibition for however long. Because I don't even know if Bones went and inoculated the rest of the crew, or if some of them did just wear off. Because it seemed like in the case of Spock, it wore off because, well, Kirk gave him a little bit of a percussive treatment there, and it worked. So yeah, we'll see as the episodes go on. I'm curious to see how much more these characters get to be fleshed out. But it does seem like they're getting a really good sense of them. And yeah. So I hope you enjoyed my reaction to this, and if you have any things that I missed in The Naked Time, definitely let me know in the comments. I've been keeping up, or trying to keep up and reading all of your comments. You guys know so much about the show, and that's been really, really a fun way to learn about it. So thank you very much for all of that. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.